Hello, it's Jake with Goat Dispatch. Super excited that we came across the discovery that goats eat garlic mustard. Early on, kind of cued into some of my grazing friends, and they haven't had much luck with them eating this plant. So we're super excited to see them eat it. We did a pilot study first, just brought 2 goats, 1 roll of fence way back in the woods early on in April, and they ate it all down really well. Since then, we brought in more goats, and we've been strategically working our way along this really steep ravine. So it's just a great spot for goats to work. We're working kind of in an oak, maple, basswood, some hickory, elm trees here, older, and underneath we had buckthorn. A lot of people have come in and done some buckthorn work, and since the buckthorn's out, the lights come in and the garlic mustard has sprouted up. Early on in the season, as the garlic mustard was just starting to grow, the whole plant was really tender, just like asparagus, and they were eating it all the way to the ground. But as it got older and stockier, like right now, they're eating the leaves and the seed heads and leaving the stalk, which is okay to us as long as our main goal is to really disrupt or bust the seed cycle, because this is a biennial plant. The first year it has a rosette, the second year it bolts and has all these seed heads and seed pods. So this is a plant that I just picked just kind of down the ravine here. You can see all the seed heads just ready to form and bust and pop. So the life cycle of this plant is the first year after the seed is in, and after it germinates, it goes to these small little rosettes. And we can tell in this area we see lots of rosettes underneath the adult buckthorn or the second year buckthorn. So we know that this plant's been here a while and has definitely dispersed seed. So this is the first year carpet that's on the ground. And then this, after the second year, it bolts, what they call, and it goes up tall, grows all these leaves, and goes to seed. So it's a kind of a 2-year cycle. So we're hoping to bust that 2-year cycle. So we're coming in here, lots of rosettes and lots of bolted plants. So we know this year for sure we put a major dent in the garlic mustard, but we see thousands, millions of rosettes on the ground that we know we're going to have come again next year. So this is definitely a long-term approach, and most invasives are. You're not going to kill or solve a problem that's been going on for many, many years in just a single graze or a single season. So over time, definitely just depleting the seed bank and depleting it back and getting it to a point where we can do more spot treatments, can let some more of the natives come back up and just kind of a seesaw back and forth over time. And this is an area the goats have been through about a week or so ago, and they've been going up and down through these valleys. So here's a kind of a comparison of the garlic mustard. So you see the leaves. Like I said, the first they go through, they eat all the leaves, the nice lush leaves. They come back and eat the seed heads. So this is a stalk that's been grazed. They come through, eat the leaves, eat the seed head off. But we all know this is still a stubborn plant. Even when you hand pull it and you throw it on its side, it sends up these little tiny little flowers, just kind of a last ditch effort to get up there. So we're still seeing a little bit of a formation, but you know, just taking it from this plant to this is definitely putting a major, major dent in the life cycle of this plant. Of the invasive plants that you'll go after in a particular property, garlic mustard is actually, some deem, almost trickier than buckthorn, because buckthorn you can kind of work on most of the year. As long as the sap isn't running, you can do some cut and stub treatments, and some of the other methods are using goats to graze it back, and you can even do it in the winter. Where garlic mustard, you have a smaller window. One of the first plants to kind of flower up in the spring, and then you just really got to catch them right before they go to seed. We're right now sitting right around 4th of July, and they're just getting ready to start dumping on us here. So really got a tighter window to hit. When you get a majorly infested area like we have, multiple acres on steep ravines, it's just thousands and thousands and thousands of plants. As far as you can see, it's just a solid carpet. And traditional methods have been go out and weed whip or hand pull. And when you're just looking at 10,000 plants in front of you and just thinking about yourself going out there and cutting them, it's just really disheartening. So I'm really hoping that goats keep up the good fight. We can keep documenting the data. Again, this is all brand new Wild West stuff here that we're documenting here, but so far I've been very pleased with how well they're doing. The goats have been doing really well themselves as far as health. I've been amazed to look at how well the sheen of their fur, just their overall, how they're jumping around and having fun. So they're doing good on this plant. I know I've heard that this plant is very has some great nutritional value. We can also eat it as well, making garlic mustard pesto out of the leaves. It's good to see that the goats are eating good and the garlic mustard's not doing good. So in this forest here, we're getting kind of a 2-for-1 right now. They're going after the garlic mustard, but they also are still eating the buckthorn back. So we have 2 invasives. Also, Dame's rocket is heavily infested in this area with this plant, and they're eating that back just the same. Eat the leaves first and the seed heads back. So we're going after 3 primary invasive plants: the garlic mustard, the Dame's rocket, and the buckthorn. One thing we've noticed, which has been really fun to watch, is just people's magnetic draw to the goats. So this site is unique in that there's a straight river down in the bottom, a steep ravine, and then along the side it neighbors close to about 15 different houses, residential houses, that have been watching as we work our way along this ravine. And they've totally embraced us coming along. Have knocked door to door and said the goat wranglers are coming, and it's just been fun to watch. Some people have got weed whips out and kind of cut lanes already, getting ready, anticipating us come by. Others have filled their water bucket, and it's just really fun to watch as how they cheer for them as they go. And then after they go, the goats come through. People are able to walk in the woods in their shorts. And it just gives them that energy to get out there and work on it. Another thing that you can do after they eat it, from this down to this, and this plant's still trying to just send up a few last runners. Some of the neighbors are coming through with weed whips and just kind of spot hitting a couple of these areas that the flowers are still coming. Others in real flat areas where there's no down brush are taking a couple, some mowers in, and just in really heavily infested areas, and just kind of leaving the natives around and just really kind of targeting the garlic mustard itself. So it's been fun to watch. We're still hoping to recruit more people on our cause as we work our way down the river here. Thanks again for watching. This is Jake Langsley, the Goat Wrangler at Goat Dispatch. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you ever want to check this out in person and see the goats in action, we love doing tours. I encourage you to write us an email, call us up, like us on Facebook, and we'll keep the goats going.